Hello, are we live? We
Yo,
live.
we're live. That was us playing the bongos as well.
Yeah, that was me as well. Me and Age at the back.
Yeah, we played the bongos. How's it going? Good evening.
Hello, good evening, world. Good evening, YouTube land. Hello, Agent X. I can see in the app in the chat. Rea- Cage reality. All right, Batman. Good evening, guys and girls. And if you don't identify as that, then hello, Earthlings. Soon there'll be Martians as well,
Yeah,
and Moon. What you call people from the moon?
moon babies.
Moon babies. Yeah, how is everyone? Uh, put one in the chat, guys. If you bash the like button, let's get the algorithms going. Algorithms, yeah. Hello, Clarice. Yeah, man. So, how's your week been, Age? Um,
All good, all good. Hot. Nice and hot.
hot, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
really hot here in London.
yeah. Probably even hotter than everywhere else, isn't it? It always is.
Yeah, yeah. It's not really. It's
No,
not good,
no.
man. A lot of pollution. We need these. We need these 15-minute cities. Get rid of these people coming into the other areas of town and polluting the air. It's not fair, man. I don't go around. I'll ride the electric bike. So I'm
I'll
doing
get
it
an
for the
electric bus if I do go
yeah.
anywhere.
If you're using the transport system, I'm not complaining. Use the transport system. People forget about it.
Some places haven't got it though, innit? It's just they're not accessible. They haven't built it in their area. Some
What if
people
they
have
don't?
their own businesses.
What if they don't have it, but they're in a 15-minute city? Then I think there should be rules where a 15-minute city should always provide transport.
Yeah, well, they probably will do.
Yeah.
So what is it? Number 25 this week, isn't it? Digital ID. Here you go. I'll share.
I thought it was number 27.
Oh, that's the one you and Greyman do when I'm away.
No, no, I thought this one was number 27. We did number 26 last
Uh,
week, the week before.
how much?
No?
No, this is 25. Yeah,
Oh, this is number 25. Wow.
yeah, still a lot.
No, I'm sure it's not. No, sure. How many did you do on yours? Three.
Two or one.
Two. No, we did two, No.
One of them was like a recap.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the number 21st one, isn't it? No.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
If you count that, then we're number 26.
lot of shows.
Hello to Anarchy Television. You're listening, mate. Good. Maybe we can get your thoughts later on. We've got Crown Jewels Music Group. Um, I didn't get arrested, um, but I was getting hassled by the police all the time during lockdown. A few people thought I got arrested. Um, I go on YouTube, um, long supporter of the channel, Carl Stevens. He made the video, and it was a call to the police station, local police station, asking if local experimentalists got arrested. Because all of a sudden, the captain of the police come up to me, and he's like, he's seen me a few times around the protests, and he stopped me now, and he's like, if I don't stop what I'm doing, then he's gonna arrest me. So I had to turn everything off suddenly, you know. I didn't want to get arrested because the next day I had a job, you know what I'm saying?
I used to, like, when I was a kid, I used to not give him my fucking name and that, like, for hours and hours.
Yeah, I never gave my name. I never gave my name out the first time. Any time I was at the protest, I never gave my name out. Even to the police, never gave it. It was either the YouTube channel or nothing.
There's no law that says you have to.
Exactly. But it was during lockdown, and there was restrictions in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guidelines. You've forgotten already, haven't you, Age? Come on.
I remember the lockdowns. Just never saw any police.
I was working my 4 on 4 off. Yeah, the 4 days that I was off, it didn't matter if I was off for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In the Monday to Thursday, I would go to a protest always. It didn't matter if it was a weekday or a weekend, it was a protest.
Yeah, I remember, man. Every week.
Oh, Two Boomers is here. Good day, mate.
And now what have the protests led to?
Well, I've gone
Nothing.
well, if I wasn't
Nothing much,
striked,
really.
if I wasn't striked by YouTube, by the way, I have nothing against your services, so you should not strike me. But if I wasn't striked, I would have live streamed 2 protests already, because I wanted to go to 2. I'm gonna go to 1 maybe in 2 weeks' time. Yeah.
Yeah, I shared the picture. Have a look at the picture. The main picture. That one. I think there's a video in my video somewhere about IMSI catchers and how all around the main areas where all the protests are, they have all these like devices and they like hoover up everyone's data and information off their phones. And
Well, there are
IMSI catchers, IMSI.
well, there are hackers. It's happened to somebody at my workplace. They were shopping one time, and he remembers someone standing next to him, and eventually the guy moved away, he said, and he looked in his account, and like £400 vanished.
Mad.
So I reckon it was the guy that stood next to him. So they must have some sort of like some wireless technology, like scanner. Kind of, you know, like your debit card, it's got a wireless payment system.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
shit one, isn't it? You've either got to not be a part of the system and live off grid, or you've got to be a part of the system and get identification and do this and do that. And yeah, man. So I mean, like 5 years ago or so, it was a pain in the ass getting a passport.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think it was even more than that, but yeah,
Well,
just having
I'm
to
I'm
get the
not that.
photos done and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm not that old. I'm only in my 30s. Uh, so I haven't experienced the planet as long as you have or other people have. It's good to hear from other people what it was like on planet Earth before I was around.
Yeah,
It's like when I go to Speaker's Corner, I tend to speak to a lot of the older guys because they've got the experience, to the questions that I've got than to a younger person.
I think a
Ask them
lot of
certain
this
things.
like identification palaver came out after 9/11.
Oh yeah,
And all the security at the airports, and I know. Obviously, before then you had to have a passport to travel and that, but it all got a bit like biometrics came out, and yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now
They went.
you got all these big companies like Meta or Facebook just like hoovering everyone's sort of data and privacy and selling it off to third parties and
What about the new one, Threads?
what threats,
Threads.
threads, yeah, basically copied it off Twitter, wasn't it, or something? But they're just trying to suck data out of everyone, and it's slowly pushing everyone towards like digital ID because they'll want it because they'll see that everyone's getting scammed and oh we must have it, it's what's that saying, problem reaction solution.
Oh, okay, sure.
They create all these problems like banks. I suppose you need banks though, but you probably do because of holding all that money. Where would you put your money if there was no banks? And then it runs the risk of people robbing you, and now that everything's gone digital, I suppose the banks want a way of proving who you are digitally. So that comes with IDs, fingerprints, eyes, retinas.
In some ways, that's a good thing, isn't it? Um, because then you won't have like a passport, like a physical thing. You just go to a machine, it scans your eyes, it lets you in, it knows who you are, whatever.
Yeah,
That's it. You don't need to carry around the passport with you. It's like with the chips in your hand, instead of having your passport or your ID card, you have a chip in your hand, and you just swipe your hands, or when you're in Tesco's or something, um, and you want to pay for your meals, you just swipe your hand. I think there's a video on YouTube where there's a man that swipes his hand um, on the card reader, and the payment goes through, and the lady on the till in Tesco's or Sainsbury's like that.
yeah,
Like, her eyes are lit up, and she's shocked, and it's like, how is that possible? And he's like, this is the new way of paying for stuff now. And she's like, oh, okay. And that's it. They carried on. So as soon as she found out that was a new way of paying now, she's like, oh, right. She got on with it. But she knew what it was. So, yeah. At first, she was shocked. She thought it was magic. But then when he said what it was, she's like, oh, right. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought anyway. That's what I saw. Someone can see different. But yeah, that's the direction we're going, isn't it? All digital, wireless. Is it better? Is digital passport better than a physical passport? That way, you will know for sure you won't lose your passport when you whilst need it.
Yeah, I suppose it's harder to forge as well.
That as well, that as well. How many times have I lost my passport over the years? Um, Compared to losing my a game that I've been playing for like the last 10 years on the internet, and I've got an account and username. How many times have I lost that? Never. But I've lost the passport like twice. Doesn't that say that digital way is the way?
Yeah, like Two Boom says there, not everyone has digital access. There's old people like who just they just don't get it. It's really hard for them.
Okay.
And why should they
Okay.
go out and buy all these things that they don't understand as well? Like when they've been living, I don't know, 70, 80 years without all this technology.
Oh, now hold on. When we move into the digital age, and cash is online, and we're paying online digitally, they're gonna say for all the newborns being born in the world or in the country or whatever, they would need to be chipped. Place a few chips into their body, and if you say yes, you'll get 10,000 credits on your online credit bank.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Or
Instead of
certain
printing
things
the
you
money.
buy,
Yeah.
like alcohol, you'll lose points. Yeah, I've heard that. It's possible. Maybe it's probably going that way.
Money will be limitless if it was digitally.
But then what's it backed by? Not much, really.
By trade. It's going to be
I
by
think
trade.
who's it? The new BRICS. Have you heard BRICS? They're coming out with a
No.
new exchange currency that's backed by gold. BRICS. It's like Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa.
Oh yeah, a lot of the African countries. Yeah.
Yeah, they all want to join because I'd say like America's held the monopoly for 70, 80 years of all this like exchange money. So all these African countries are like, and South American and Asian countries are all, they can't get a foothold up in the world because America sort of keeps them down, keeps control of the monetary flow. Right. So I think what BRICS are saying is they want it to be shared amongst everyone and no one will control the flow of world currency. But then with
Yeah.
that, everyone will have to have digital IDs and shit. So we'll probably live in a safer world, but everything will be tracked. Every last carbon emission of everything you buy. You know what I mean? And then they'll start limiting people on that as well.
You sure?
Like 1 item of meat a week or whatever.
Well, they're gonna need to ration it out at the start, before they find out what they're gonna do long term. Hello, good evening, Deborah and Andy, and Beckett and Ashley as well.
This is one of them things like digital IDs. It's like I don't really agree with it, but you kind of, I don't know, you have to do it, sort of thing. It's like it's like buying things. You eventually have to go to a big company to get something. You can't keep going to the farmer's market for everything. It's hard, isn't it? You have to be involved in this society in some certain way. And that involves having ID in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Like for instance, there's a guy at my work. He had like a few grand in his bank, and he wanted to get a 1-bedroom flat, and he offered the guy the money there and then. He was like, "Look, I've got the money here and now. Like, I want this flat. I need this flat," and they wouldn't give it to him because of his credit rating.
Oh, what?
Because they couldn't find his credit rating or something like that. And it's like, fuck's sake, man. Do you know what I mean? So everything's going into credit of, your previous history of how you've been behaving with your money. So it'll come a case where you won't be able to privately rent anymore. If, it's already happening.
You can't, what? I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, man. And then if you've got a bad credit rating, then you can get a guarantor, but yeah, getting a guarantor, it's not many people want to do that.
Yeah, no.
It's a tough one. A cashless society is your freedom gone, says Deborah Hart.
A cashless society is your freedom.
Or it's your freedom controlled anyway and watched, and it's like being a battery hen, isn't it?
So if we're going cashless, what about metals? Like gold and all that stuff.
What about it?
Are they still going to be worth the digits on the screen?
Yeah, they're always going to be worth stuff, isn't it? You'll always need gold for components, computer components and jewelry and things. I don't know though.
What about gold coins?
People will collect them, I suppose.
Oh, like collectors item, like sovereigns and stuff like that, really?
Yeah, some people do.
I think if I had a shop, I'd still accept gold as payment. You can do that. You can.
I don't know, actually. I think you can accept anything as payment, I suppose. As long as you can keep going and pay the taxes and shit like that. I suppose you could accept anything. Unless it's like, I don't know, there's a law against it. Like in China, I think they've banned cryptocurrency for about 3 years now or something. But they want to start
Wow.
introducing it again.
Really? Wow. Um, Agent X says that police won't investigate if you digitally hack um, under 100 grand.
Really? Surely. Or maybe they just leave it to your insurance and the banks.
Say that again.
They just leave it to the insurance and the banks.
Oh yeah.
Like the police, they don't get involved, maybe. Because they'd have thousands and thousands of calls every day.
But you would need a crime reference number, I would think.
Yeah.
Some fun facts. Over the past few years, no, over the next few years, the number of users using digital ID cards is predicted to increase by more than 50% from 4.2 billion in 2022 to 6.5 billion in 2026. Can you believe that? There's already 4.2 billion of us that have digital IDs.
Yeah, man.
Another fun fact. Why the UK has no ID. The UK last had compulsory national identity cards during, AgeCase, do you know?
No.
World War II,
Oh,
when they were introduced for security purposes.
oh yeah, for like spies and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And wartime ID cards were finally withdrawn by the Churchill government. One thing he did right. In 1952, because of the tension they created between the police and the citizens. Uh, I can understand if that was for war, you know. You have to wear like certain clothes, like you have to wear blue every day, to know that you're real, you know. And if anybody doesn't wear blue, then straight away lock them up.
Like 1984.
Well, no, was it a war in 1984?
Yeah.
What war was it?
Oh, I forget now. Eurasia against. Fuck knows. I haven't watched that film in years. But yeah, they all had to have digital IDs and wear blue clothes and. Would you know much about blockchain?
Blockchain.
Yeah.
Blockchain. I've got a few
The,
notes on blockchain, but I don't really know much about it now.
she's
Got
like
any-
you can't really hack the system. So when new information is put in it, it creates a new block. So if someone's trying to hack the system, all the other computers will see that there's a new block and it's not right, and you can go back to that block anytime. So it sort of reduces data tampering and people stealing your ID and
So it's basically like a computer knowing when I've stuck a USB into its computer.
no, not really. It's it's like a decentralized way of storing information or money or and um and it's stored on all the computers that are, have this blockchain. And if someone tries to tamper or hack, then all the other computers will pick up on the new block that's been created. So basically, it'd be hard to defraud loads of things. And they should use blockchain for voting and stuff like that, but they'll never introduce it because it they can always mess around with elections, I believe, anyway. Like you see what happened in America. People like registering in different 3 or 4 different states and voting on the same day. There's so many cases of that. Transparency and security engine. Yeah, that's basically what blockchain is. It's like a ledger. Now the digital ledgers that they're using today is controlled by central banks like the Bank of England and the Fed Reserve and all that. So we don't control our own money. Whereas blockchain originally was built for cryptocurrency. And now they've kind of figured out you can use it for everything now. Not just crypto. Which most of these cryptos are a scam anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
But in terms of storing data and your identification and stuff like that, I'd say blockchain's good for that. Because no one can fuck it over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my notes here says patients can create and manage their own identity, while healthcare providers can securely verify patients' records and medical histories. This can result in providing better care uh, whilst ensuring data privacy and security. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose everything will be convenient. Someone put in the chat earlier on convenient. What is it? Convenience
Yeah. Your
leads
healthcare record.
to. I'll find it now. What someone said earlier in the chat. It was quite good. Oh, fuck it. Can't remember now. Convenience is a trap. Yeah, basically. They're trying to make it look easier. It's quicker. And in ways it is, yeah, but
That's the picture that I'm getting sold right now. The
of what?
convenience of 15-minute cities and the wireless technologies and the chips in the hands and the brain and the synthetic body parts and all of that stuff, you know, all the convenience, you know, instead of looking after myself uh, and going fat, I can have synthetic body parts. That way, when I eat, it will always digest the same way, you know. So I will never get fat, and I will never get thin. It will always be the same. Yeah, no matter what you eat. That's a theory. Anarchy is laughing.
If you see if anyone wants to come up, I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, go on, man. Yeah, let me pin it.
Yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? Yeah. Me personally, I try and avoid identification as much as I can, but then, I need to go on a plane and
Oh, can you
sometimes
put?
I need to go to a shop and buy things but I mean, so it's hard to get away with living off grid. Unless you're happy to just sit there with no technology and stuff, then yeah. But then none of us would be here now, would we? So, and at the same time, why should we not have technology and be a part of that if it means you've got to have an ID and the vaccine and all that shit to get the ID? Still there?
Hello, let's go. Yeah, I was just typing the link and pinning it. You have to put a comment with the link so I can pin it.
Okay. We was just talking about the BRICS a minute ago, David's Caff, about gold-backed currency that they want to introduce instead of the debt-backed currency that the IMF and World Bank and all that. Just because you live off grid doesn't mean you have to be a caveman. No.
You can have a day job and live off grid.
Don't know. No, you don't. No, surely not.
Yeah. No.
Because they need your national insurance number. So then that means you're
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
playing part of the game, isn't it? Unless you work in cash in hand with some geezer or whatever. But then getting cash in hand jobs like all the time is getting harder and harder now, isn't it?
cash in hand jobs are not good for the economy, guys.
That's illegal, I think,
It's
now, isn't it?
not good. It's not good.
Yeah, I
There's no
suppose digital
restriction there.
IDs will get rid of cash in hand jobs
You think so?
almost. Yeah, or if it's digital currency and loads of like cash in hand jobs, or they'll have to be paying people with food. I don't know.
No, everyone will have the chip system. That's how it's going to be. Like the note says. Um, I got it from Google, man. A very, really well sourced site. You know, um, 4 point was it? Where is it? 4.2 billion right now. 2026, 6.5 billion of us. And how many will there be in 2026? Still in the 8 billions. Um, so by 2030, before the 2030 agenda is introduced, the next phrase on the planet, by 2020, by 2030, the 8.8 billion that should be at the time will all be digital ID'd, and then 2030 agenda will kick in. That's what I think.
Yeah, pretty
And I'm
much.
young. I'm young, so I might see the if the 2030 agenda lives up to its hope, lives up to what it says they're gonna do, then I should see the 2050 agenda when I'm how 30 years, so I'll be about 60, maybe in my 70s for the 2050 agenda. And then imagine, is there a 2000 agenda or 2075 agenda, or
Maybe.
does it only go up to 50?
Fuck knows.
Is their last plans the 50, and then after that, um, the year 2060, their plans will have been fully affect the whole planet, and it's their rules and their regulations now. Yeah, they're writing their own laws and whatnot. They're controlling. They are the leaders. They are the kings of the world. So you're saying digital IDs are a form of control, right? People have been saying this the whole time, right? Now I figured it out. Right. So digital IDs are a form of control, yeah. But then
Suppose, yeah.
anything, when we're born into this system, as soon as we popped out, we have to give the child a name and a surname, a middle name. Yeah. Straight away it's in the system. So it's like it's not anything different, is it? It's like if you lose
Uh,
your if you lose your what do you get when you're born? A birth certificate.
yeah.
If you lose your birth certificate, can you get a new one?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to go down to the registry office that you were born, I think. Or you might be able to get it from any registry office. I don't know. I remember getting mine done when I needed my passport, actually, when I was about 20, I think. So I needed to get a new passport, a new birth
Yeah.
certificate because it was destroyed or it got lost or something. I can't remember, but yeah, you can get your birth certificate, or you can get it online these days. Batman says.
So look, there we go. So if you guys need a new date of birth, if you need the guys need proof of a date of um your certificate of birth, then you show your whoever it is, through the internet. It's all digital now.
Yeah.
What does the is the internet
The day
called?
you were birthed onto land.
Yeah. Is the
Oh no,
internet called
birthed onto ships.
like an ID card, not ID card, like a your email, your email. Is that
Yeah.
like an ID card? An ID?
No, not
Um,
really, but
It is sort of. It's like contact me back at this. And then the way to get into that is through a login system.
yeah, in a way you could say it's like a '90s version of digital ID, isn't it? I'm sure it
Yeah.
came out in the '90s.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right.
I think I've still got my first ever original like Yahoo account or whatever it is. I
Yahoo,
never use it
AOL.
anymore though. But
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. We used to have the Yahoo pool and the Yahoo backgammon and all the games. I remember
yeah,
them. Yeah, that was a good.
but yeah, man.
I was born in the. I just saw that era of the internet, and well, remember it without internet or just about. I was a kid, can just about remember life without the internet.
There's one thing that I don't like about IDs and all that stuff is it's like excluding people. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, sporting events or music events. It's like you have to buy the tickets and you have to have identification
right.
to buy certain tickets if it's like over 18s or whatever. And
Okay, sure.
so they've they've excluded certain people
They say,
everywhere you go. Like in all parts of society, they do this where you need
there's
ID to get into certain places or certain things. Slowly,
they
more
say
and more. I mean,
there's five forms of IDs, digital IDs, but I don't know them.
bank
Does anybody know?
digital ID.
Yeah, there's
No.
five forms of them. The five, 4 or 5 different types of ID, digital IDs.
Government issue card, social security number. That's like
So
your
passport's
national
one of them.
insurance number, student IDs, bank cards, cryptographic keys, or biometrics.
National insurance says David Scap. Hello, David. By the way, hello.
National insurance. That always like baffled me. That is so. It covers you on a national level, but you've then got to get house insurance and car insurance and contents insurance and all these insurances. So what is national insurance? Is it? I don't know. Does anyone
Just
understand? There'll be someone out there. Where's D Wit? He'll know about.
as I know it, it's just another form of tax, man.
Yeah.
Just another form of tax to get our money. More of the money that we work for. That's all it is.
Because I'm sure it just goes straight into the big pot. It doesn't like. They don't go, right, we're going to spend all that money on that.
Dave's Caff says, basically, your life bank account number for their profit. Well, I know all of this. I know all of this, but I like I know all the backstory of all of this, you know. That's why you can call me crazy, because I know all of this, but I'm getting fed the story of the 15-minute cities. I like the idea that they're telling me. Yes, 15 minutes. Imagine how imagine living in the wall age. Imagine living in the wall in Dubai. Imagine there was one in the UK, just across the. You won't even need it to go all the way up the whole country. You can fit everyone.
I mean, it's not like we all travel about like all the time anyway, but it'd be nice to have nice to have the option and freedom to go, right, I'm going to go and see local this week. Like I have done twice.
Yeah, you won't. You will. It's not like the wall.
Yeah.
There's a nuclear waste everywhere, and everyone has to live in the wall. It's nothing like that. It's they're just building it so people can live together, and then the instead of spreading out infrastructure, you build infrastructure in one, in like a wall, you know. And
Anarchy
then
Television says 15-minute cities are open air prisons.
no, and then the land, yeah, the land is gonna be full of trees and wildlife, and
Rewilding.
not disturbed, like it should have, like it should be.
I mean, I think we're already living in open air prisons already. They just want to make it carbon neutral now at a price, and they want to track everyone's movements, everyone's emissions, everyone's payments, everything. That's all they want to do. Yeah, we already live in the open air prisons.
Yeah, Jay.
We live in the British open air prison.
Beckett says already free range slaves, simply a change in the current routine. Like we ever had a say. We vote in our own master, vote in our own masters, and don't vote in those who would change it. Exactly. Like you wouldn't vote for me, would you? Because if I was to go in there, fucking hell, would I change it?
Me personally, I believe there should be like people with fucking who studied at university for 10 years with PhDs and who are the top level of their field, not just like people like Boris Johnson and, do you know what I mean, clowns who are just milking the system. There should be really highly intelligent people running the country, but we haven't. We've got the aristocracy's kids.
Anarchy Television says the way you describe the 15-minute city sounds a lot like the movie Hunger Games. I have to say, Television, I haven't. Oh shit! I haven't seen those films. There's like three, four of them. I haven't seen any of them. I know who plays in it, the main actor, Lawrence, whatever her name is, Jennifer Lawrence, but I haven't seen the films.
See, I'd say all these identification and all that came from the AgeCaseV Act 1666. Now, during the fire of London, Parliament was like putting through all these laws, and one of them was the AgeCaseV Act. Is
Right.
basically when you're born and your parents sign a birth certificate, you're
Okay.
basically handing over ownership to they become ward of state. Now, there's some people out there, I forget their names, but I think Camelot Institute or whatever they're called, they were doing it, where people were like getting back their sovereignty or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of bollocks with like the free man of the land, all that shit, but
So, a birth certificate was basically like a contract to say, right, look, we're looking after your baby in our wards now. Hand it over. And here's a certificate.
basically, yeah, everything's presumed dead at sea and like a stock. And when you get a birth certificate, you bring it back to the land you become a citizen. That's what, if you really read into it.
Yeah.
It's fucking long. Tenements of the estates and like the lords of the manors. This is old like stuff, but we're still the same. Basically, we're still serfs the land, but economic serfs. They've created it so it doesn't feel like we're slaves to the majority of the people. You could say it's not natural common law yet. Admiralty maritime law, which is international law. Born into a tribe in a place where they recognize tribal sovereignty, one of the free people left. Just reading through the comments
This is the
now.
problem. This is the problem, Age. When laws first came into man, you know, that's when they got us by our throats, you know, by our hands. Once they started writing laws, you know, oh, man, everything fucked up in the world completely.
Yeah, that's a deep discussion, like common law and admiralty, maritime, international law. We'd have to do a show on that. That'd be good. I can't say I know a great deal about it, but I do know quite a bit. But I suppose it ties into this show.
Common
This is
law,
where
yeah.
it came from, yeah.
So,
It's when you got people like Tony Blair like calling for digital ID and has been for years now. That's when you think why he's obviously investing in loads of companies.
Well, you know why? It's because his dealings behind the scenes. They're telling him to push it. For a new house in the south of France, I would push it as well.
And it would be a case of like all the members of parliament, they'll all have like what do they call it? Where they can get away with, they don't need to have IDs and all that. Forget now. Diplomatic status or whatever. So they won't need all these IDs and they can get around it, whereas us commoners, we won't be able to.
Hmm. I
And
don't know, man.
also, they say like they'll start censoring everyone, or people will just censor themselves if they start controlling the digital currency, and they'll be able to just like they, not that I agree with the guy, but Nigel Farage, they just cancelled his bank account now. They can just do that.
I like Mr. Farage. His time
He's
in
all
the
right.
European Union meetings.
So even like bank accounts, like cash, even they're not safe really. If they can just go and cancel you like that. There's a number of like journalists that have been cancelled, had their like assets frozen in the UK, and they're not in the UK, so they can like never return. Really, that's British people. Like, so my like thing that I'd like to do, and what I believe everyone should do, is get to a point where you don't need money, like, so then you don't have to go into the world and use digital ID and all that shit to be a
Yeah.
part of the world. Grow your own food, and then you won't need to go to the supermarkets. But eventually, you'd have to use it. You'd have to go into the system. There will come a point where you need to do something. It's a ball ache, but not every country will go digital. Well, look, I'd say look at India, man. There's like over 1 billion of them. They won't. They're not going digital anytime soon.
Oh, India, they
Oh, there'll
have.
be certain people. There'll be rich people
No,
that will
no,
go
hold on,
digital,
hold
but
on, no, 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 hold on a second. I have to start posting more in the Discord about this. The these YouTubers and these travel bloggers go out to India and all of these places in the world, and roadside um, grape uh, sellers, accept payments um, through your mobile digitally in like a rural area. You'd think it would be only cash, but they're like, oh, you can pay from your phone. You just scan the QR code and it will take you. Look, like on the picture now that we got the QR code. Look at the bottom of the picture.
Yeah.
You scan the QR code and it takes you to wherever it takes you, and you put how much money the vendor's charging you, and then the money transfers into their account and it pops up on their screen. Done. And that's it. So they are doing it already. They've started it in India. And you're saying, um,
But I mean, like the whole country as a whole, it'll take them years.
no, but if they've started it in the
Yeah.
rural areas, then it must be massive in the cities.
I think all of the like Middle Eastern countries will go digital first. And then like some of the Asian countries like Singapore and South Korea and that. And it probably all ties in with the 5G and eventually 6G.
Oh shit! I heard something about 5G. Um, Let me put the disclaimer up. We're mad now. Everybody in the chat, we're mad. Don't believe a word we say now. So about 5G. Um,
6G. No, 5G.
it's being switched on at these airports, and apparently I read it on a Sky News article, so it's out there to the public. But still, we are mad. Don't believe a word we say. Um, they're gonna switch on 5G at these airports, and the old aircrafts can't handle the 5G. It interferes with their systems.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, yeah. So they either need to be they need to be replaced with immediate effect.
Mark Steele, man. It's the 5G, man. They're gonna affect all of the airplanes.
No, it was on a
No,
Yahoo
no.
a news article.
I bet it's right. The old like analog planes, maybe
5G is
messed with
going to
all the
switch
old
on
system.
and interfere with all the old planes. So if you're planning on going on holiday like I am, I read that report and I'm thinking, oh, it's on Yahoo News, Wow, it's on the front page of Yahoo .com. Yahoo. And yeah, so that took me out of my seat a little. When I read that, I'm thinking, shit, should I book my holiday now? I'm planning on going 2 weeks before after they switched it on. So, yeah,
Where you going?
uh,
Cyprus.
Cyprus, yeah,
Nice. When are you going?
for 10 days. So that'd be good. And then after the 12th day, I'm back to work.
Yeah.
I'll be off for 12 days and then go on holiday for 10 days. Sometime in September. And apparently the 5G is going to turn on around the August time, the 20 something, 26th of August of this year. Um, the 5G is going to switch on at all these airports
Which one? In the UK?
in the UK, yeah.
Yeah. So There might be a lot of plane crashes on that day then.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Nah.
If that happens, yeah, if there's more than 2 plane crashes, we'll do a live stream and we'll be like, ha, you know, look, it's come to our attention that we spoke about this a few weeks ago.
Not going to Ukraine for your vacation. I wonder if you can get flights there. Maybe.
I think one plane crash will be unusual, but 2, that will be a coincidence.
Surely they'd have to warn everyone, that is all the old people with old planes, that if that's true.
Our 2 boomers, North Cyprus have opened their doors to vaccinated or unvaccinated. And you don't need to wear a mask or anything like that on their planes or when you're there.
Man, that's a subject that people don't talk about anymore, but it used to, like, every conversation used to go straight back to masks. Masks.
Are you mask wearer?
Can you remember though, every conversation on every YouTube channel would end up back to masks?
As a
It just did my head in after a while.
as an experiment, years ago, I went to a protest with a mask on my face.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it. Um, and yeah, so I wore a mask and I stood across the road, and people at the protest were shouting at me because I was recording them the whole time while I was masked. With a blue one, the the bright blue one with the white sides and the white strings, the proper hospital looking ones. And so I was wearing that the whole time I was doing about 2 hour protest or whatever, live streaming. They were shouting and screaming at me, take it off. It was just funny that all the eyes laughed at me, saying, take it off. That's funny. That was the only time I ever wore a mask at a protest.
I've worn a mask like painting and taken an asbestos roof off, but even that, yeah.
So data and privacy. Let's quickly span it off.
Probably won't have much of that.
So when you upload a new game or a new app on your phone, it says please accept the terms and conditions. You can read them here. Or no, not or, and the button is here ready to be for your account to be made, you know. And it has on the I don't think it has, or there is a message. You don't have to read the terms and conditions. No, it doesn't even say. No, it just says. It doesn't even it's not aware that you've not read the terms and conditions. It needs to see that you've spent at least 15 minutes on the terms and conditions before it allows you to pass. Should do that. So it makes people read these terms and conditions. And what happens to your data and privacy, man? Oh my days.
Get
What
sold
are
to
your
third
cons?
parties.
All your data goes to them, and then they say that they sell it to third party companies. And I called one of them up and I questioned them about this. Um, who are these third parties? And the person on the phone told me that's they're getting a higher pay. Whoever knows that gets a higher pay than them. Yeah. So they couldn't answer the question. Who are these third parties? And so I asked if I could get put through, and they said no. So that was it. Oh, we got a guest at the back.
Yes,
Let's
at the
leave
back.
the let's
Yeah.
leave the thing there. No. Hello, guest.
Cage.
Hello, Cage.
What are you looking into, local?
Oh, here we go. How you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, we're good, bro.
So, digital IDs. What's your take?
A digital ID. What formulates your reality?
What?
What formulates your reality? You think you need a digital ID to help you along with that?
I don't think you need digital ID to help you through life. We've survived thousands of years without it.
Bro, they're still using you and making you go into this fucking nonsense. You know what I mean? Call it whatever you want, bro. You're the tool that's being, you're the cord to
Oh
being
yeah,
utilized.
it's your ancestors. It's thanks to your ancestors that you're here right now. It's thanks to them.
Don't make it, don't make me tell that to my grandmother. She'll shoot you all in the face right now. You know what I mean? Tell it to my grandmother.
So data and privacy age. Where do you think where do you think it goes, your data? And what do you think happens to all your data when it gets
Pretty
stolen?
much, you're gonna get put on the board, right? So if you're playing chess, you're on the chessboard. So where the data goes, it's like knowing your first move before you can even make it. You're on the board. So first and foremost, they put you on the board with the fucking data. Second of all, they're trying to, you know, they're trying to distract people from what they can really do. You know, it's all an experiment, and we're all observing, right? Big experiment. The experiment, you can do though. Like it's way beyond any of this shit if you really go deep into it.
Right.
But they always try pulling you back in.
Yeah.
It's through your energy, through what you care about,
Your
energy,
energy.
emotion, your emotion. Yeah,
They don't
all that.
care about your energy and your emotion. They care
Energy and
about
emotion.
they only care about one
Your
thing.
I guarantee they care about your
Control.
emotion. And that's what it is,
Exactly.
right? They're feeding off of you. It's the whole thing.
They don't care about your emotion though. They don't care if you're happy
They
or
care
sad.
about that doesn't really matter. I know what you mean, but
Sucking the energy out of you.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like an energy harvesting fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's easy. I can even tell you about this. I can continue doing it myself, just like you will. You know what I mean? I know it's gonna make you feel uncomfortable. That's why no one's saying anything. What are we gonna do about it, though?
So you jumped on the live stream. Um, what's up?
Hold on, he just said what you're going to do about it. I'd say individually, I can't stop it, but I can try and avoid it as much as I can.
Just avoidance. So you've given up. You can't do anything about it, but all you can do is avoid it in your mind.
Yeah, I
No,
suppose.
yeah, great. No wonder we're in the position we are. Right?
Yeah.
People
I
like
know.
you. Yeah, good job.
I mean, what would you suggest?
I can't really suggest anything.
There you go. You're another person. There's the people like me who
What? So I have to tell you
avoid
what
it.
to do? Is that what you're trying?
There's people
You
like
know what the
you who
fuck to
don't have
do,
a
bro.
solution.
You know what to do.
Yeah. And
Stop
then I'd say
fucking
there's
denying.
90% of the people that
Stop
go
running
along with
away
it.
from it. How much you want to bet? We get into a room. I put the mirror in front of your face. You're gonna be doing what you have to do. No, another person making me feel better about myself. You know, talking the same way.
Mhm.
What is your goal? You know, what do you want to do? What is your goal?
Local? Or
Yeah,
region?
your goal. What's your goal?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What was the question, Age? Sorry. Uh, Cage.
I was asking your friend over here, what is his goal? Like, what's your prerogative? What are you trying to get out of this? Because I can. You're trying to play into something, right?
What
Out
do you
of
mean?
life? Or
Yeah.
Life.
I don't particularly have any goals, really. Just, I would say,
A goal has you, though. Where does it bring it back to?
I don't know.
If you don't have one, it's going to make you one of it. I mean, heads or tails?
You've completely lost me, Cage.
Heads or tails, local?
Uh, Tails.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What else can I say apart from thank you? Um, what I can say is though, about digital IDs is that you can't get away from it, Cage. Whether you like it or not, you can. It doesn't matter if you say no to it. The person behind you and in front of you
You know,
will make
Cage is.
it.
You know who my family is.
The person in front of you and
Do
behind
you
you
know
have
who my
already
family
seen,
is?
or your family compared to the numbers of everybody else
My
is small.
family made the numbers.
You know, what numbers are we talking about? The billions,
All of it.
the 4.6 billion that is already on the system.
Like president. You know, president of the mafia type of thing. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
oh, you're the mafia of what?
The Hell's Angels. The
The
president.
Hells Angels.
Mm. President of that. It's all a bunch of nonsense, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm supposed to be afraid of something.
Afraid of what?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm wondering.
They just want you to follow their rules and regulations, and that's it. They don't want you to be afraid.
Isn't that like in a fear-based mind state? Now, if you're following their fucking rules and regulation.
They'll tell you what to do, and you do it, and that's it.
What if I tell them what to do and then I won't do it? Or I won't tell them what to do and then they won't do it. What about that?
Or that man telling you, it won't be a man, it will be like a massive podium that says, Cage, today you'll be working in the mines, my
Bro, you
mine.
think, bro, we can go back to the whole fucking bread factory, everything, bro. You think I'm joking? These motherfuckers, you think they're not playing any of these fucking games, bro. But it's so funny because it's all within yourself, you know what I mean? Okay, good. Ask about Cage over here in North. Ask about Cage in Toronto, where I'm from, apparently. In Toronto. Ask about Cage in Toronto.
So
Good luck. Ask about it.
do you have a social security number?
No, I don't.
Or you don't? Have
Nope.
you got a passport,
Nope.
a birth certificate?
Nope.
Oh, but you can get one if you wanted to.
Nope. I don't
Oh,
want to.
and so your name is on the system. Not completely
Yeah,
wrong.
I project a name on the system purposefully.
If you was
But
to
it all leads you down like a rabbit hole, like a false illusion, like the questions you're asking. It's impossible. Call me Ramon.
so what are you doing right now to say, look, I'm fighting these
You know
corrupt.
who I am. I've been doing it.
Well, there's people watching that don't know who you are. Tell us.
Having conversations like this, right? It's kind of a bit out of the ordinary.
So you can't say what you're doing to benefit yourself from these thieving bastards.
I use their projection against them, and I use it to benefit. It's not really about me. I use it to benefit my family and the people around me. You know what I mean? We use their illusion against them. It's like a liar. I take care of my family and the people around me to the best of my ability, bro. You know what I mean?
You do have a bank account though, don't you?
Nope.
No bank account.
No, none of that.
So how do you deal with cash? The physical form.
I
Oh
wonder.
yeah.
You put in someone else's name.
Oh,
The same people they used against you, right? It's not hard to use them against them. Just break them off a little bit. You can pretty much have them do whatever you like.
yeah. But apart from benefiting yourself,
It's not about
and
me or
your
benefiting
family
myself. I told you that.
and your family,
Not really about the family either.
what are you doing to help society?
Nothing.
Oh,
What do you think?
you're doing nothing. You just said it.
Perfect. You know the old quote, like the path, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. The more you try playing into it, the more you try helping, the more you try and change shit. That means you're a fucking slave. You're being put into this fucking game. You can't play. If we're gonna play chess, right? I need an opposing force. We're gonna have to get you somewhere. So instead of feeding off your energy.
I don't know how. No, I don't know how they feed off our energy. Apart from the
Here, I'll
physical.
tell you. You want to hear something I've never told anyone before? You guys really have to pay attention now. Please listen to what I have to say. You ready? You ready to hear it? Yes or no? You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
All right, listen carefully. Got that?
You said absolutely fuck all.
Hold on. Let me reiterate that for you. Listen carefully.
Oh. So, what's the point of jumping on then? Ask some questions instead of saying silent. Staying silent.
What's the point of you being on here in the first place? Think about it.
Or we're talking about something. Oh, it's gone.
That's funny.
Okay. Any other guests have you got in the back? Yeah, man. There's many wafflers in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Age, we're wafflers as well. We mad. Don't believe a word we say half the time. Our cage is back. Here we go. Should we let him on? So let's go back to data and privacy for a second. We before we get the wafflers back on. If there's another guest that wants to pop on, oh, that's 3 minutes. you will never get back. Yeah. All that silence, man. So the data that gets sold. So what it will the first off, why would these companies want your data, Age?
Then they can sell it to advertisement agencies that sell you things.
I was saying this the other day. With like a digital ID, you need that for the Amazon, the new Amazon stores. What are they called? Fresh, something like that.
Yeah.
Amazon Fresh. The Amazon supermarkets, and you just walk in. You've got to log into your. You got to have a phone, obviously. Log into your Amazon account, scan some QR code to let the system, the AI or whatever, know in the store know that you're there, ready to purchase some goods. So as soon as you walk in, they see your phone. I think as soon as you scan it, there's a camera outside that takes a picture of you and then shows all the other cameras and the systems what you look like. So that when you walk into the store, all the cameras and everything, all the sensors track you and they know it's you. So anything that you pull off the shelves, they know you've pulled off the shelf and put into your bag. Or if you've taken anything out of your bag before walking out of the store, they'll see that and they won't charge you for that. But you said that they sell your data to advertising companies. So you walk into these Amazon stores, and soon there will be more advertising signage everywhere in the store in the future. So all the lights and all the little TV screens will change in the store when you walk in to the items that you buy from the internet. You know,
Yeah.
it will advertise all the items that you buy or something similar to your item and keep it within that range. You know,
That
and
was
then
that
you
Tom Cruise film, wasn't it? Vanilla Sky, was it?
from cruise film.
Yeah, where he walks through the supermarket and it starts like telling his name and advertising things that he likes.
Really? What film is
Yeah.
this?
And like he's running out on something, you need to top up. Yeah, it's an old film, I think.
Press one if we are still live, says Deborah. We are. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Is this a good thing though? For advertisers to know what you might buy next? Is that a good thing?
Minority Report, that's it.
Oh, Minority Report, sure. Oh, look what Batman says. You can already go to shops in virtual reality and pick up items and buy them and get them delivered.
Yeah. That'll be the next step is like buying things on your phone when the high street dies. Or augmented reality, that's it.
You can already buy it off your phone.
Yeah, but for instance, you could put on a new pair of trainers that you might like on your foot and have a look at it and see what it looks like.
Oh wow, okay, sure. Wow.
Augmented reality, yeah, that's
Your eyes see it, but it's
5G,
not really there.
digital ID, augmented reality. Yeah, baby.
Hello, Trojan. What's this link that you posted?
It's the Minority Report. It's only a minute long if you want to play it.
Oh yeah, I can't play it. You have to
Uh,
bring it up.
my sound isn't that great. But he advertises for him.
So next week is a good subject.
Oh, yeah, shall I get the picture up?
Yeah, man. I think some people will like this discussion. A bit of a controversial discussion.
Depends who comes in. It might get heated. But yeah, here it is. Yeah, man. I suppose that would be a good subject to talk about.
Palestine and Israel.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to come up next week, that'd be a good one. It seems to be going off at the minute over there. Maybe another war. I don't know. Poof.
Hot topic. Yeah.
Yeah, another
We
problem
started.
that the UK started.
Oh yeah, with the UK.
Yeah. Wow, it was UK and Turkey. Or the Ottoman Empire. I think the Ottomans took it off the Russians and we took it off the Ottomans, and then the Israelis took it off us and the Palestinians, I suppose.
Oh yeah, well the Ottomans they ruled half that part of the world, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. We'll have to get into that next week then, isn't it? Nearly 2 hours. Wow.
Batman says he's embarrassed to say that he knows nothing on that subject.
No need to be embarrassed. There's loads of subjects I don't know. Always find something new.
Yes, Batman, if you got any suggestions for future shows, anyone in the chat that has any suggestions for future talks and discussions, let me or AgeCase know.
Yeah, man. Winter's coming again, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
miles away, but we'll have to carry on the shows in the winter when it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's good, like doing these shows and just chatting about shit.
It is, man. I
Trying
learned
to
a
stay
lot
on
as well.
topic on one subject.
Yeah. Like half of these numbers I didn't know yesterday or the day before. Now I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then.
Man.
Yeah.
Good, y'all.
Nice one. Nice one, everyone. And Age. So yeah, next week at 9:15, we'll be talking about Palestine and Israel. Catch you all.
Yeah.
Catch you all next week.
Have a good week.
Thank you to everyone for joining and be safe. And we'll see you all again next week.
Peace out.